To you as we start, and we pray that the Holy Spirit will come to guide us and give us the wisdom so that we can perform according to your word. Thank you for the university, and thank you for the management.
In interest of time, we want to maximize the time we have, so that and this is your house. And in your house, you charge much. And that is the most critical thing in on what is going on. As much ideas as possible, and remind ourselves of what is happening in the SACCO, because the SACCO, we will have a short program and to make sure that everybody is able to get value for committing your time. So we will start with introductions. We don't want to assume. We will do introductions very quickly. Then we will do expectations. Then we will do, we also join us, and even the old members, sometimes you may have forgotten one or two things or product about WEVARSITY. So we will remind ourselves of what we offer, how you can patronize it, then from there we saving. So I want to welcome the chairman to very quickly do the introduction.
Morning, members. Good morning, members. Thank you, Madam Vice Chair, and also take this opportunity to thank the members who have just left their calls to attend today's version. This is WEVARSITY version and the version. Before I do some introduction, I also want to appreciate you. Thank you so much for giving some of this opportunity to WEVARSITY SACCO. So quickly, let me introduce the board of directors who are here with us. Kindly come forward. Kindly come forward, board of directors. We have 9 board of directors, please, participate members. This is the team we are working with, and this is the team you have. Okay. So I'll start with the board of directors who are present here. Some on the way coming. I think we shall start from the far end.
Good morning, members. Good morning. I'm Erica Lisa. I'm the representative SACCO.
Good morning, members. Good morning. Mama Lucas, representing Kusu.
Hello, members. Mimi naitwa Nasaba. Mimi ndio treasurer Kusu College.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm Mr. Samuel from Kusu College, Honorary Secretary.
Morning, Master. Edna Sabir. I represent WASU, and in the board I serve as the vice chair. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve you.
I'm the secretary for this representing the
Morning, members.
Let me also take this opportunity to introduce to the members, WEVARSITY staff.
Introduction. So currently we have 13 staff from the deputy CEO, the accountant, and other 2 staff in the accounting department. We have a marketing department with 2 staff. We also have a trade department with 2 staff. We have ICT with 1 staff. Then we have the internal auditor and the cashier. Then recently we awarded 2 new staff as Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, lastly, I also take this opportunity to appreciate you and say thanks. And thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to be the chair of this great WEVARSITY SACCO. Something I never thought of by this way. And you know, all of us, as we believe, leadership comes from God. So I'm very sure your money at SACCO is just as safe as that one in the bank. Msikuwe na wasiwasi na mambo ya kubea na nini na nini. Mimi am the chair and I'm there to safeguard your resources. You can take a screenshot of 2020 where WEVARSITY was and where it is now. We are going and we are on the right trajectory, and I'm a Catholic, and I was brought up in a Catholic church, in a Catholic setup, and I was told that you should indulge us with yours. And that's what I believe in. So we are only just asking for your cooperation. SACCO, we are updating members every other time, every other time we need to move. And also yes, analyze the customer feedback and the customer relations. What we do is just give us cooperation. This SACCO, because remember we are not permanent in this one. The time I read this SACCO, as I promised in my last AGM, I must have left a legacy that will live for long. Without much ado, let me welcome the PC to take off. Kindly.
Thank you. I say this is the time we get to interact, because most of the time we don't get such kind of forums. And so, as I said before, we want to take maximum advantage of this time. Thank you, members, for finding time to come. I can see who is well represented, and there. And as much as we have a program, I know it is always good to be inclusive. There is also something that you may want to get from the education day, now that it is not a day-to-day program or event. And so we will wish to very quickly just get a few people who may give us expectations. Give us your expectations. I know you are going to come just like that. You may be having expectations. We will give you what we are giving you today, but we also want to include what you may want to know today. So very quickly, I will share this mic so that we have a few people telling us what we need to also tackle even before we begin, so that our training becomes as inclusive. I know that social media has been very interactive, but some are not on social media. So tell us today what some of the feedback, or what kind of feedback you wish. Yes, Dr. Sakwa.
Good morning. Our strategy management, colleagues, university, good morning once again. My name is Johan, Gregory SACCO, and in the School of Nursing. Mine, as we sit here, you share with us. One is the assurance that our savings are in good hands. Two, that we are producing in terms of investment and also in terms of equipment. And then, not that I have not followed up what is being discussed on social media. This issue of loan repayment, falter and guarantees. I would we want to talk about what we are doing to educate members to be discouraged from defaulting from loans, to be encouraged payment, and in cases where I have guaranteed a member and he has defaulted, what measures are you putting in place to safeguard the member who guarantees? Because we do know, when we are here, we are not family. We want to believe that when somebody is speaking alone, he will fear very. I don't want to believe that when one starts to default, I mean, no, there is no. As a sample, what measures are going to be in place to safeguard, and those who have been defaulted, what can be done so that sample is expanded? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I wish that we summarize our expectations so that when we tackle the issues, we can now open up for more interaction. In summary, just anything else we are expecting to get from today's education day? There's a hand there and then there's from.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
My name is Phyllis Taylor from Physics Department. I'm a technician there. There's I think, a challenge to some of us. I was sharing with somebody, and she was fearing to join SACCO, or she was fearing to pull out because of this thing called EVARSITY. I think in January, many of us got messages that our accounts had something, but we couldn't withdraw. So when you want to withdraw, you are told you cannot access that money because I think maybe because of insufficient. So we are not getting it clearly because every time you withdraw, there's some money from that withdrawal transaction that is taken back to your account for savings. So if we continue like that, at the end of the day, where will that money go? Because every time the money is being saved for you, but you cannot access that money. So let us understand here today what that money will do and what is it exactly. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I think the first one was the loan repayment, recruitment of members, and guarantorship. My sister Phyllis has talked about Makiba. I think we elaborated. Yes, Prof.
Okay, very much. I'm Professor Kenneth Walker, School of Education. I have only one expectation. How I can get all the money I applied for a loan without getting it. Thank you so much.
If we apply for a loan, okay, if we don't have expectation, I think I will want to welcome the CEO to come and talk to us. And before then, the treasurer can come forward. Good to know how your SACCO is doing. We keep reminding ourselves our milestones so that we can move with the SACCO as it grows.
Thank you, Vice Chair, and thank you members for giving me this opportunity to say something about the SACCO. I want to assure you, SACCO members, that your funds are safe and the SACCO is growing. Currently, we are getting salary remittance from the university to a tune of 7.8 million. In January this year, it was 10.8 million in terms of the salary. And we want to start by appreciating the Macedonia University, who is the main, that is our main catchment, and that is where we have the largest for WEVARSITY SACCO. Then we are also getting recoveries 8.5 million. Why I'm giving the estimates is because there are some months when it goes up and some months when it may come down, depending on how members are paying their liabilities. That takes us to about 16 million, because we're also getting from Babi University, we are also getting from Turkana University, Moses Friends University, members from other institutions. But I also want to highlight that we are one of the few SACCOs in this region who have been for financing how SACCOs can partner with the Agricultural Finance Corporation to empower. It is a financial inclusion. They will bring the funds to the SACCO, and the SACCO which has the infrastructure to do lending. I also want to highlight on the default. Those of us who have been on Mutandao, engaging with some members on how we are dealing with the default. Our current default is 4.8%. I think it may go down because members have started paying. We'll go to around 4.5%. That is the ratio of the loans which are in default to the total loans. So when you take the loans which are in default, currently about 16 million to the total loan portfolio of about 420 million. It is about 4.5 to 4.8%. And most of the members, I'm happy through the engagements, most of the members are paying. There are some people which have stayed in our system from 2015. If those of us who may remember, there was access, and then there are also some members who we are unable to identify their guarantors, but getting back to 2015. Now, the loans are in default. When a loan is not repaid, for example, you're supposed to pay at the end of January. That loan will be in default maybe for 10 days, or 1 day, or 2 days. So we categorize depending on how long the loan is in default. When the loan is just defaulted, it is on watch. It is in the category of watch. And then when the loan has gone to a number of days, between 60 and 90 days, it is in the category of doubtful. And then when a loan is that loan goes into the loss category. But if the loan is in the loss category, that's that it is. Sometimes it is because the member is underpaid. And this one happened late last year. Introduced a number of taxation, including the SHA, the housing levy, and so on. So some of the accounts were underpaid. Means that instead of maybe an account paying 10,000, it is paying 9,000. We have communicated with the members whose accounts are paid, and most of the members have responded. We have also done restructuring so that now you're paying an amount that is sufficient to cover for the loan fees. So we are addressing that. Also, there are some members who failed to pay, maybe because they exited employment. We have followed some of those particular cases and we are receiving collateral. But of course, before we release the guarantor, we want to charge the collateral because the collateral was not part of the loan agreement. Because the agreement was shares, guarantors, salary, and if collateral was not part of them, part of the loan, if you give title deed or vehicle, we have to charge the vehicle, we do valuation. And then we also, if it is land, we have to put caution so that you don't sell it. And we are doing that. And I want to assure members that most of the members are now paying and the default is coming down. It was initially in the year 2021, the default was about 50 million. And now the default is around 16 million. So what happens when we have a default, we do a provision. From the profit and loss account, we put aside the money which we would have otherwise maybe given members as dividends. We give a provision just in case we are unable to completely recover this money. So we deduct from the profit and loss account a percentage depending on which fraction of the loans is in. If it is in loss, we provide 100%. If it is in doubtful, we provide 50%. And if the loan is performing, we provide 1%. So we normally give that provision. So we reserve some funds which we would have otherwise given you during the dividends. I also want to note that most of the staff who exited the WEVARSITY SACCO, they are paying. There is only one staff, one former staff who is not paying, but the rest are paying. There are around 7 staff, they left to various SACCOs, they are paying their liabilities. And currently, SASRA is also close to the SACCOs. SASRA is ensuring that if a staff leaves WEVARSITY SACCO and goes to another SACCO, SASRA will ensure that liability who the staff has with WEVARSITY SACCO is being paid, and they are paying promptly. The issue which we have had recently relating to personal data being shared. Personal data is we have consulted with the Office of the Data Protection, and we have been registered as a data controller. We don't refuse to share personal data. The advice from the Office of the Data Protection is that we must cite a particular clause which allows us, if it is from SASRA or the bylaws or the various sections of our policies or regulations which allow us to. So we have not declined entirely to share, but we want to inform us that we will make the correct choice in terms of which personal data we will be able to share. And the Office of the Data Protection, they are currently at the University Library. We have just shared with them, and they have also informed us that we write to them, we write to the Office of the Data Protection so that we are able to, they are able to clarify which personal data we can be able to share. By and large, we are making sure that the loans are being repaid, including the sitting board members. They are paying their loans. The board members who exited the SACCO, they are paying their loans. We are making sure that the loans are being paid promptly. There is a member who talked about apply 1 million, unakulipa 500, ama unapewa 50, and so on. Members, I want to assure you that we have made tremendous improvement, and some of the members who have made the loans in the recent past, we have ensured that we ensure that if you apply for, I think the most recent largest payment to an individual member was about 2.8 million, and we gave the member at once. Now the challenge sometimes comes when, like for example, this week we have had applications of 26 million applications which have come in this January. And we are getting remittance of about 15 million. And of course, we also have to pay KRA and other statutory deductions. So you realize every member wants the money, and it becomes a challenge. The approach which we are taking is mobilizing for savings. We are, you will realize that we are really going for savings. And when we have savings, if we can grow our income monthly to a tune of 25 million, then we will be clearing the loans within 24 hours. So we are working on how we can grow our income to 25 million a month, and that will ensure that we don't delay. We are also appealing to members. If you are doing a construction project, just be a little bit patient. We wouldn't want to delay you. We have prioritized payment of salary. Currently, our turnaround is 3 hours. When the university credits our account, within 3 hours, you will be receiving your messages. And we have provided money at our banking hall, and also in our mobile banking, so that you can transact within a period of 3 hours. And the university has also promised us that they are going to be using university SACCO to pay the interest and the casual workers. We really appreciate the university for doing that. But we are going to, if you have applied for 2 million, 5 million, the kind of we should be able to settle that. Sometimes members were calling me and said, I guess I can drop back me, ama ni kama kuna ukora fulani. Some of the members who were not there during previous 8 years, we think that because we have subscriptive savings products like Christmas, like education savings, those ones you have to subscribe. You have to tell us you want to get the group through the force payments. Ukitoa pesa from your account, if you make a withdrawal, a successful withdrawal, 200 shillings is put aside in your Akiba. If you go then you go to balance inquiry, and there is my January Akiba. What we came up with that is January, every member is coming, and nobody wants to wait. So we disbursed it back to you in January. So 200 shillings is transferred from your ordinary account to your Akiba account. You are not able to withdraw your from your Akiba account, but you can be able to check the balance. So every time you withdraw 200, every time you withdraw 200. The sum of which at January is what you get now transferred back to your ordinary account, so that you can be able to withdraw. So the amount will vary depending on how many If you have carried out maybe 20 transactions times 200, 50 times 200, and so on. So some numbers, I think the highest was about 25,000 savings on each of them. So that is your savings to be able to monitor. If you are able to withdraw, most probably, if you have an advance, for example, then you will not be able to make a successful withdrawal. But you can always visit WEVARSITY SACCO so that you can address the issue relating to Emma. Lastly, I want to make a passionate appeal to those members who are not force earners that kindly we will not disappoint you. And we have set our record straight. If you transfer your salary to the bank, which most people did, and you were disappointed at some point, earlier on, kindly consider transferring your salary from wherever it is in the bank or wherever back to WEVARSITY SACCO. That is my passionate appeal, and hold us accountable. We will not disappoint you. I'm sure going forward, members will have other issues to raise. Let me give a chance to the CEO to just say something as we wait for Dr. Gashara, who is our guest speaker today. Unajua tulikuwa tunajiuliza swali moja, kama pesa inamaliza shida ama shida inamaliza pesa. Unajua wakati Dr. Gashara came around to train the body itself. Sasa tunauliza pesa inamaliza shida ama shida inamaliza pesa? Lakini tutajibu baadaye. Asante sana kwa kunisikiza.
As I stand before you, just allow me to do a quick review or just highlight on the journey we walked together as members of the WEVARSITY SACCO. This is a dream that started way back in 2003. We are now in 22 years walking the journey together as a family. I believe it wasn't easy. It has taken our sacrifices, it has taken our trust to save and invest in the WEVARSITY SACCO. So from your savings, we managed to increase our membership. Currently, we are at 1,600 members. These are active members. The members who are patronizing our share capital and Plaza shares. Last year, we onboarded 4,500 security guards to the SACCO, though I will not mention them as members because they're currently just patronizing our savings, our FOSA products, which is salaries and other savings products. On the same membership, we have opened our common goals. We are not only serving members of Masinde Muliro University, but we've extended to other universities around that you are aware of. We have Kibabi, Kamu, Turkana. Recently, we are in Maseno. We are looking forward to have other universities like Bomet and others. We have also marketed our products to private schools around us, majorly the private schools. We have Hill School and the other schools that you know of. We are also opening our SACCO to the farmers. Special mention about AFC partnership. AFC is Agricultural Finance Corporation. They are coming in two ways. Already the credit facility that we applied for has been approved. And anytime we are expecting money from AFC. When it gets in, of course, we inform our members. AFC is also coming in to give us farmers. These are people who are already in groups, registered groups. They are doing agribusiness. So as they come in as members of WEVARSITY SACCO, they will be vetted in just like any other member. If they qualify for credit facility, they will be given, but be assured that all the risks, we have mitigated all the risks that will come in as a result of default, and everything is taken care of, so your money will be saved. So these farmers, we look forward to onboard farmers starting from last year in October, we rolled out a border loan products, that is 50 loan plus, where also we are encouraging people in border industry within Mega County to join WEVARSITY SACCO. The reason why we are trying to have the non-common bond membership active is because number one reason we realized that most of the members, the employed members, let's say most and other institutions, we are patronizing more of our credit and vis-a-vis our credit. We are patronizing most of our credit products vis-a-vis our savings products. So we want to have other people coming in to patronize more of our savings products, so we can balance the liquidity issue that currently is that we are not compliant. And that's why Prof mentioned that when you come to the SACCO, you are given loans in bits. Number two, we are considering partnerships that are working for the SACCO and for the members. Number one is about we have top tank. Currently, if you want a water tank, you are in need of a water tank. You don't have to go to the market to buy one, especially if you don't have the liquid cash. You can just come to the SACCO, apply for a loan, and a tank is delivered to your homestead. We are looking forward for a working partnership with FC, just like I mentioned. We are also working with to have a partnership with Relief Kenya. Relief Kenya is a company that will be providing our members with solar equipment, anything solar. I know by next month this will be active. So in case you need any solar equipment, maybe you want to do a solar light, anything solar, you just come to the SACCO and you get the service at the SACCO. We have qualified staff who are trained to give the best service to our members. Currently there are 13 staff. At times they are overwhelmed, but I'm sure that they have always done their best to ensure members get the services at the right time. Otherwise, if there is any complaint about the same, we always encourage members to give us feedback so that we know where we can improve. We have, in the 22 years journey that we walked, we've come up with a lot of savings products. Some have been mentioned. These savings products are for us to patronize. Remember, a SACCO is savings and then credit. If you don't save, you don't get credit. Or, if you don't save, we struggle giving out credit. So it is my plea, all the savings products that we have, from Christmas, where you save and you give back, in December, first week of December, at an interest of 10%. We have education for those who want to patronize education savings for school fees purposes. This is paid in January with an interest of 10%. We have 52-week challenge. This is a challenge, it's a personal challenge where you say, as a member of WEVARSITY SACCO, I want to save, let me use an example of 50 shillings every week. A year has 52 weeks. So at the last week, we combine all that you have saved, we give you back with an interest of 10%. This also is given in January. So that if you challenge yourself with 50 shillings first week, the second week you add another 50, so that is 100, third week, 150, 200, 250, 300, till the last week. So this is a challenge that at a personal level you can have it. You can always use our training. We have the WEVARSITY SACCO app or the USSD code where you subscribe and ensure you save. Maybe it can be on a Saturday or on a Sunday or on a Monday, depending on how flexible. Just make it as flexible as you want it to be. Post patronage is also a service that we have. We've talked about it. We will encourage our members to come to our house fully. Put in all the 2 legs in the house together with your hands and your head, so that you don't have you only patronizing normal loan, your basic, and your salary is in KCB. You are giving KCB 200 shillings and you don't want to give WEVARSITY SACCO. Yet, WEVARSITY SACCO will give you dividends. Kindly, I know maybe things happen where said before when we came in, we are just pleading with you that kindly have confidence with your SACCO, bring in all your savings, all your investments. We must take into consideration your concerns, your expectations, and we ensure we deliver to the best that we can. I know we are not the only SACCO around this region. Competition is stiff, and we don't take it for granted that we are members of WEVARSITY SACCO. But now we want to give you a reason, we want to give you a purpose of why you belong to WEVARSITY SACCO for the next 20 to 30 years and not go to another SACCO. As employers, as owners of WEVARSITY SACCO, we don't take it for granted. And therefore, in case there is any concern, any feedback, we will really appreciate so that we know how best we can move forward together. Issues have been raised about Emakiba, Treasurer will mention about it. Remember, Emakiba is just like any other savings products that members can patronize. These 200 shillings that is being deducted, it is not accessible anytime. When you save in that Kamukebe at home, you don't just leave it anytime you want to try it. You allow it to grow until that Kamukebe is full. Then now you pull out all your savings. It is same to Emakiba. You save 200 shillings on every cash withdrawal, whether you do it over the counter or over the M-banking. 200 shillings you save on your Emakiba account. This Emakiba savings is only refundable in January, the first week of January. Like this year, we paid it in on 3rd of January. So this is the only time we will all access our Emakiba savings. This is just like the normal game at home, but now this one, at no matter what's happening, we don't open the Emakiba box until it is first week of January. The reason why we introduced these products, the Emakiba, most of our members, we do have liquidity. Like we are always in need of money in January. There is always that pressure of school fees, I took all my savings in December, I've taken care of Christmas, and now I need some liquid cash in January. That was the whole idea why we brought in the Ever savings. So whether you have 20,000, 30,000, just know that it cannot be open until January, first week of January. We've had issues, members questioning about guarantorship and default, which we mentioned. I'm not going into details, but just allow me to state this. As members of the WEVARSITY SACCO, I know you trust each other, and that's why you guarantee your colleague and your friend. But please, it is just my request, ensure you guarantee someone you know. Someone you know, don't come to the banking hall, and because you've been advised for a lot, this is something that I've seen. So it is something that I've seen and I see it happen. I qualify for a loan, let's say we're 100,000, I'm a member, I've come to the SACCO. And because I have an income, anyone that I will get in the banking hall also signing a loan, I will sign for them. That is what is happening currently. Because I have a need, I say sign for me, I sign for you. Maybe I just want 100,000, and whoever I'm signing for is applying for 2 million. So at that time, I don't care about the 2 million that they are applying for. I've never met them. Maybe it's just a face that I've seen somewhere, and now I'm signing for this person. Kindly, let us have the right practices of guarantors. If you are applying for a loan, look for a friend, a colleague you trust, someone at least you know that just in the office. So that by any chance these people are exiting from employment, it's someone you can okay, so and so. What happened? I this loan. Can you have an award with the SACCO so that it is structured? Because we've had issues where someone is coming in, a loan has been defaulted, you contact a guarantor, and the first thing they tell you, I don't know this person. I did that. And then we say, okay, give me a they will immediately identify their signature and say, this is my signature. Now it's like they are regretting they signed to a stranger, they don't know how they signed, but I know you are not coerced, or maybe you are not given something that by that time you are not mentally okay to say, maybe I was under influence of a drug or some drinks and then I signed for this form. So kindly let us all be sober when guarantee. Number two, the guarantorship again. Kindly know or just inform that guarantorship or recovery of loan defaulted through guarantorship will be our last resort. We are working to have a very comprehensive loan recovery system where as a member, if you deliberately fail to pay your loan, we know that you exist, we know that you have the other income. You may have existed employment for but we know so long as you exist, you can be traced to your home. We will find a way to recover these monies from you and not from the guarantors, so that we stop this issue of defaulting deliberately. Again, about default, kindly members, let us borrow with a purpose. Don't come to the SACCO to borrow a loan because you are going to a burial or because you want to celebrate your birthday. It is good to celebrate birthday. But why do you come for an emergency loan of 50,000 to celebrate your birthday? Is it worth it? Some of us, we are maybe 40 years, we've never celebrated birthday, but we live a good life. So kindly borrow loans with a purpose, borrow to invest. If you come to the SACCO because you want to buy a taxi, I will give you 1 million to go and buy your taxi. Put it on the road, make sure it is working. With that, I'm also sure, even as I sit, I'm sure that so and so, I gave 1 million, I'm sure this loan will be repaid. Anytime I give loans because people are going for buyers, they never pay back. What they tell you, will be paid what the overnight will be lost. They have exhausted their ability, they are coming for advances that they don't qualify for. Remember, this SACCO is yours. You are the owners of the SACCO. I'm here as your owner, and I'm trying to advise you on what we can do. But at the same time, you want to push this forward. Yes, I'm trying to help. Maybe just help the owner. I'm telling the owner, let's put in this amount. Let us invest this way. But you don't want to do it as the owner of the business. because most of our members are not willing to do what, maybe if they say, let us say, so that you can have WEVARSITY SACCO growing. You don't want to say yes, but you want to come for a loan of 1 million, which when you are given, you also not paying. And you are the same person complaining why WEVARSITY SACCO is not giving good services to other members. It is not right. Let us be good people who are honest, so that we can get out of this issue of default and guarantee. As a SACCO, our main reason why we exist as a SACCO is to empower members. Member empowerment, you don't just borrow and then when you're paying your complaint, that means you're not empowered. An empowered member is someone who is given money to pay their loans because they know at one point I used this loan for this purpose and therefore I'm seeing benefits from this loan. So kindly borrow loan for a purpose, invest with the money that you borrow so that you can pay as per the requirements. We will look forward, going forward, we will have rewards for those who save. We will organize for seminars for high savers. As given as a slide here today as the CEO of the SACCO, I will wish to be in that meeting as a higher saver, not as a CEO of WEVARSITY SACCO. And that day, I will tell the treasurer, if it's not among the high savers of the SACCO, he will not attend, because we will be attending as high savers or the top savers of the SACCO. These are rewards that we want to come up with so that we put more money into the SACCO. Our liquidity will improve, and then we have ability to give out 5 million and above to our members who qualify. So my major point there is just save with the WEVARSITY SACCO so that you can get affordable credit facility with the SACCO. Don't go for bank loans. I hope you understand how they are calculated. At times, actually, it has not been very easy for most of our members to manage their bank loans and WEVARSITY SACCO loans, because most of the bank loans, their rates currently are at 18% to 26%. I know we have increments on our payslip. We take the management for that. So as you have your increment on the payslip, think about patronizing one or two savings in the SACCO. Think of an investment, think of a business that you want to start, then come for a credit facility so that we can help you boost your business. If you're doing farming, also come in for a credit facility to help you boost your farming activity. Don't tell me that you're going to buy a TV. I will give you that loan first. But don't buy a TV. Do an investment so that out of the investment you can buy a TV. Or you can live a good life as a youth that maybe I'm seeing some of us just starting life. Because the time is just coming in, then we wind up. We also had issues, sorry I forgot about this, exit from employment, where some of the members are concerned. Why are members being cleared at WEVARSITY SACCO? They have loans and then the burden is being transferred to the guarantors. Kindly be informed. At times my hands are even tied. I've even called, I know some of you are here. I've talked to the people from HR department. I've talked to the people in pension. This is something that I've realized. It is even beyond WEVARSITY SACCO. Whether a member is cleared or not, they get their dues from the university. So I have forms that have been given in my desk. I have not cleared these people, but they have left. They have been given their dues. So as a SACCO, the only thing we can do now is to pursue this member at the individual level. But I cannot come to the management of the university and tell them to stop this pension, don't pay this due. This member is having a loan at WEVARSITY SACCO. We are considering going the legal way. If it means going the legal way to protect our guarantors, we are willing to do that so that we can stop the issue of default and guarantorship in question. Otherwise, thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you, CEO. Okay, as I said, it is always good to keep reminding ourselves what is happening. As much as we go to the SACCO and we are members, it is not always that we remember everything that is happening. And I want to thank her for reminding us what is happening there and what we are going to do and what we are committing to do to make sure that we become better and better and we become better members as we grow with the SACCO. Now, I think I want to just make a few additions. Our consultant has come and we will not take a lot of time. The CEO has appealed and we are appealing on behalf of the board that let us continue marketing WEVARSITY. As WEVARSITY grows, we are all going to grow. If your house has issues, you don't run away. You face them head on. You put every mechanism to make sure that it becomes better, because a better home will be a better person. So let us continue marketing WEVARSITY, and if there is any issue, let us have all those tough questions and discussions for purposes of making our making WEVARSITY grow. Now, he mentioned about opening common board. I know many people have issues. They think we are going to lose our identity, we are going to lose our SACCO. We want to agree that the bigger the membership, the more the consolidated funds that we are going to get, and the higher the chances that our liquidity will improve. So we are going out there, but we are going with calculated moves to make sure that we onboard and get as much funds from as many as possible. After all, that is the current trend. Every SACCO has opened doors beyond the initial members or a target population, and it has opened, the SACCOs have opened to everybody else who can be able to save and take credit or grow through the cooperative. So we want to fit in with the trend so that we are not left behind. About guarantorship, we also reminded by the umbrella cooperative movement that this is a non-issue. It is not affecting WEVARSITY only. It is actually affecting all SACCOs. And there is a deliberate discussion right now on what do SACCOs need to do so that we start safeguarding members who have saved, but because they guaranteed somebody, their money is chopped off. So it is a live discussion. Let us continue engaging. It is not in most only, it is countrywide, maybe it's going to be globally. Would we have some suggestions on what else can we look in to make sure that people don't suffer? But as we mentioned, we are working very hard to make sure that by the time we are getting the guarantor, we have done everything possible to make sure that the person who took the loan is accountable. We are also committed to make sure that we give the best services. We may not have given our best, but every day we withdraw to the boardroom to make sure that we are discussing what we can do to improve our services. And so we are committed to make sure that the SACCO becomes a better place. Now we had that was general. We have taken this chance to give you general information, but we had also prepared something to specifically talk about today. That is why we have a consultant that we have invited to come and talk to us specifically on an item that can make us better members in terms of thinking And we have Dr. Gashara. I think we are apologizing on his behalf because of dynamics beyond our control, but he has come in. He started by hammering us. He had a session with board members and staff, and he really hammered us. And he initiated a very difficult conversation with board of directors and staff members. So we thought it's wise for him to come and extend that challenge us as members, so that we start thinking positively and thinking bigger to become better. So he's here with us, and I know we are going to have a very informative and a very enlightened moment with him. And because of time, I will not take much time. I will wish to invite the chair to invite him. Probably after this session, we can now get reaction, general information, and also going to talk to us about.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair. Morning, members, once more. Morning, members. I'm very sorry, I've been out, I've been in, out. I was just organizing our consultant, who I just come all the way from Kitui, and he was supposed to be here. We are sorry for that, and thank you for your patience. I've been away when you have been dealing with the issues, and I hope my colleagues have interacted well, have responded well, and the main objective here is to grow our SACCO. The most important thing is that let's cultivate preserving culture, so that we grow the liquidity of our SACCO. And we have started. Have always been a problem when it comes to serving members. But the last December and January, you have seen what has happened. That is a clear indication that there is some growth somewhere. I'm not akianza kusimama anataka kutembea tunapatia kijiji. So please kindly support us. Without wasting time, I will just welcome our Professor Kajara from Kitui, who will tell us more about today's business. Kindly let's cooperate with him. If we have issues, if you have questions, if you have anything, please we shall interact. This is an interaction forum, and we shall interact with the people. Please ask and raise your questions, and let's get a way forward for the facility. So, bro, this is smooth and it's university. Now these are members, the members of the University SACCO, whom we have come to talk to. Please feel free and enjoy life in this Western region. Thank you.
So, good morning, everyone. I want to start again by apologizing, as our chair has said. I got here late. I came in very early this morning, but I got some emergencies that needed me to, first of all, seek for assistance. I made my way here. Apologies for that. But over and above that, now I'm sure that I've been able to cover what was supposed to be covered in the course of the day. CEO to come and have a brief conversation about our SACCO, which is WEVARSITY, for us, and what we are supposed to do as a person so that all of us can benefit from WEVARSITY SACCO. Now, your chairman has told you that I come from Kitui. I don't come from Kitui, but I've got a client in Kitui where he got my contact in the name of Univision, which is a teacher-based SACCO in Kitui. I also have got another one here in the name of Invested Grow. It's also our client. We support cooperatives in Kenya and in Africa. I'm an adjunct professor in SACCO Business School. I'm also in Nairobi University and also in UCIB. So I'm a lecturer from that context, but I'm also a financial and strategy consultant. Now today I'm here so that I can be able now to connect ourselves, the ones who came. I believe this is not the only population of members of SACCOs of WEVARSITY, but I believe that the ones who are going to listen to me today, they should also be able to disseminate the same to other colleagues who did not make to come. And this information is actually very key and very fundamental for people to get connected with the realities of life and to understand the language of money. Now, many people do not understand money, and that is why many people do not connect with the value chains that create money on their behalf, not them working for money, but now money working for them. And that is why cooperatives were invented. And in America, Asia, and Europe, where credit unions are more powerful and more founded than in Africa, people have actually patronized their credit unions or cooperatives, that the cooperatives are usually more powerful and more solid and more bigger than the conventional banking system. But in Africa, SACCOs will actually in Kenya, we are number one in Africa. But when you look at the way members of cooperatives or SACCOs behave, and especially now coming now home here at WEVARSITY SACCO, where people do not patronize, and when they are patronizing, they patronize at the bare minimum, and that is why WEVARSITY is not as big as it's supposed to be. And many SACCOs that are actually university-based, usually most of them, let me talk about over 90% of them, they are struggling, and they struggle because the people who are at the university, the people who are at the university, you know, the dons, the people who are supporting the academic work, all of us usually have got no direction, or I don't know whether we don't have mentors who are supposed to connect us with understanding that the money will never work for you if you don't work for money. And today, because I don't have a lot of time, I will spend the little time that I've been given here to actually connect you briefly with yourself understanding how money works. And that's why I'm saying that the essence of my class, though there's a lot of light you don't going to see, but the little that you're going to see it, kindly learn from it. And for now, you put your mobile phone or set it board, turn it upside down. You're going to go and do that one after this. Now, the basics of understanding the money language. And of course, I know that you know that globally, the people who are not very educated are the ones who have no money than the people who are educated. And that is now one of the reasons why you should be able to pay attention. Because if you do not now understand how the non-educated are for the moment, wasn't nikianzia na walimu wa primary school na wale ambao wako hapa IG, and then now I bring them closer here, you realize that those teachers have got more money than us, because yule mwalimu ambaye pesa mingi hapa IG is a very good friend of mine, is a board member, na ako na share capital 3 million, ako na savings of 13 million. So now when you compare now share capital of 3 million and savings of 13 million, and it's a primary school who started with a salary of 700 shillings, and now he's currently earning 58,000. Now you now start to do those mathematics, and you compare now with the people who've got more money, then you realize that there is a language of money that people don't understand. And by the way, when it comes down to the language son of the school I'm teaching an executive. Salary of 13 million to 24 million. 13 to 24 million. And if you study the behavior of the people who are making that money, of course those are not the C-suite holders. C-suite office holders do not have money. They are below half a million in a month. But the people who have got the money, the ones now I'm talking about, are the people who have grown through the value chain that they create value, that they sell. They create value that they sell. What we call merchandise or commercializing an ideology. Now those people who have got money, they do more in as far as value creation than the people who are less than half a million in a year. Half in a month. How many people in Kenya earn a salary of half a million and below? They are very few. You might think that they are not, they are less than 20,000. 20,000. And in Kenya we've got a population of about 18 million people who are working. 18 million. And you start wondering, where are the others who doesn't have money? Where are their cooperatives? Because the cooperatives have made the primary school teachers to become more rich than bankers. More rich than people who are doing the what you call a job. Because they understand that if I don't save the 30% of my salary, and then I do not now spend that money to buy consumptive things, like, paying education for my children, buying myself a personal car, doing a house to live in, furnishing my house. Those are the behaviors of the common people. That they borrow money for education. They borrow money to do a house to live in. They borrow money to buy a personal car. They even borrow money to buy mobile phones. Those are the people who are employed. And that is why the poverty has actually eaten people who are more educated than the people who are not educated. And one of the reasons why people who are not very educated have got more money than ourselves, it is because they have no salary. I always tell people, the worst virus that can never get into any human being is when you get a degree, that is number one, and number two, you get a person. Those two things, once they get into your life, you're going to live to become a slave of your life for the day long. And that is why one financial analyst and one world creator in America called Robert Kiyosaki. Robert Kiyosaki is a Japanese American and has written books that are famously called Rich Dad Poor Dad. He has released his last edition of his book, and the title of the book is Why a Student Work for System and Why a Student Work for the Government. Now, I don't know if my voice or my face when I say D and B, because A students will always be employed by C students. People did not pass exams, and people who have they impact by getting a B, they work in the government. That is now written from the American context, and that is now what is duplicated in Kenya. The all private medical hospitals that you know, over 80% of them are owned by who's called D. D is the dog, is not the B. And the people who work in those hospitals who are medical doctors, they got clean A's. That is why I say that the financial literacy, you must understand that there is a basic language and behavior of money generation. Number two, aligning one's age demographic with the right events. Sometimes when I talk about money, I look at the people who sit in front of me. And most of the time, the people who sit in front of me, most of the times are older people. Old people are people who are between 46 and above. 46 and above. People who are between age 25 and 45 are usually very few in the class. Because they're usually full of energy and they say the bare minimum. If you hear someone who is between 25 and 35 or 45, they are saving about 2,000 or 3,000 a month. And you start wondering, when someone is saving 3,000 in a month or 4,000 in a month, or even 5,000, we do basic mathematics. 5,000 at the end of the year is only 60,000. In 10 years, it's 600,000. In 20 years, it's 1.2 million. In 30 years, it's out 1.8 million. 1.8 million cannot even buy any car or any bike in Kenya. And you work for 30 years, and you cannot even be able to buy a car that can carry you from one point to the other. Even for leave alone eating, leave alone medical attention, because we age. When someone gets to age 50 and you have got no money, Then what happens, and of course you know better than I do, is that all the degenerative conditions will always accompany you. When you are financially distressed, and then your child wants to go to school, including kindergarten, you cannot take your son or daughter to school without coming to WEVARSITY to borrow money. 5,000, 10,000 to take a child to kindergarten. That will tell someone that you are financially in ICU. Because even God himself, when he was creating the universe, he only spent 5 days to create the universe. 6th day he created you and me. Jesus Christ himself, who is our Lord and Savior, was on this universe until when he was after 3 years. After 3 years, and he said he has gone to prepare a place. And when that place will be ready, he's going to come for us. Over 2,000 years, he has never come back. Someone carried pregnancy for 9 months. 9 months is not 2 days. 9 months, you gave birth. You stayed with a child for 3 years. 3 years for you to come and borrow 5,000 to take your son or daughter to kindergarten. Even God in heaven will look at you. The son wondered, when I was creating a man or a woman in my own image and after my own likeness, what did I create? Because even chicken themselves, they lay eggs. Even bananas, a banana tree cannot stay in the farm for years. And you've been working there, pampering your daughter there, with your husband there, with your mother, and you are seated there pampering a child for 3 good years, and you've been saving the bare minimum, and most of the time you don't even know you're working there because not that you're very busy. You're actually watching TikTok, watching Facebook, looking at WhatsApp, people who are updating their status, and laughing from morning to evening because you're not working. Most of the time you're wasting your time. And that is why I say that if you don't like someone's age, you are aging. By the time you turn 45 years of age, you're not supposed to be paying education for yourself. Money is supposed to be paid for you. Millions that you are producing is supposed to be paying that education. That is why primary school teachers are more teachers than masters. Because a primary school teacher is not only employed by TSC, but the cows that he has brought, the money that he has borrowed, I want to generate enough millions. But another pastor has got only one message. There is no opportunity in the consumptive roads, as I'll be showing you. Appreciate that there is so much invested, even with the statutory reductions from the Kenya government. We are talking about now invested by other consumptive roads for buying TV, buying stores, buying a personal car. Someone sell you will ukienda kwa SACCO imekupatia loans mingi kuliko ile pesa kwa ndio kwa. Mshahara yako ni less than 1 million. Na wewe ni mtu mzee kwa sababu watu wengi sana hapa. I can say all of us here are older than myself. Age bracket that I'm giving you there. These are the people now. People who are beyond 45 years. After having invested, working for over 25 years. 20 years is a lot of time. If I only for 10 years. Who became a president for 10 years. The current one, in the God willing, you go for the 10th year. I don't know. I'm not saying anything. But one thing, if he goes for 10 years, there is no 10 years is quite a long period of time. Working in one company or working in one profession for 20 years is a lot of those are very many. It's actually doing one thing over and over again. And anytime you are doing it, you expect a different result. What is that? You know better than I do. Now, the ideal age of marriage is when you are 32 years. If you marry when you are below 30 years, then you're going to start life with a lot of problems. And why do we say that when people start a lot of problems? It is because you married, not because you are wealthy, you married because you saw someone beautiful. What were you looking at? When God created the man, he did not create the wife. And the man was not created the first day of creation. He was created the last day because God wanted to create a man who had a heritage and a necessary marriage. He did not create the wife. where did he get the man? The woman was created when the man got overwhelmed and isolated. He became desolate. That's what the Bible says. Because God is a God of order. And that is why a woman cannot become pregnant today and tomorrow she is in a maternity hospital. That's why you cannot plant peace today and tomorrow you are left out. God is a God of order and He is a God of seasons. He gives everyone time to plan and to plan well for their life. And that is why SACCOs came on board. Because SACCOs are not banks. There are a lot of others here who are keeping their money in the bank. But I can tell you the banking sector, it is not safer than the SACCO. Because the scams that you find at your SACCO are the same that you find at the bank. So banks are not safer than SACCOs. The only difference between a bank and a SACCO is that one is a wealth creator, the other one is an exploiter and explosives. Because and you will be paid for what you have invested. If you are invested in a SACCO and your share capital is only 50,000, after working and you are 45 years and above, and your share capital is 30,000, after working for and you are older than 45 years of age, then the God, even if you will come here and ask me what is your problem, because the people who doesn't have hands have more hands. People that cannot see. Someone like Victoria who is not as educated as we are. Some of us here always are professors where they can quote the people very degrees. But the Victoria doesn't have it, even a degree. But Victoria is a billionaire, you know that. And he only uses his heart and intellect. The only thing he does is that he's more visionary. So when he's going out to contact and to run, you know he does it, he does for it. He knows that Marathon is waiting for him. Like now he did not do very well in the Monday. And now he is preparing for Chicago Marathon. Now he is in contact. He is running from morning to evening. And he knows that it is very cold. So that he can prepare, his body can get accustomed to the weather. So the guy is very visionary. He will prepare. Then once he wins, he will come to 300 million here. Then he finds someone like you who has got a lot of brains without 1,000 here. And that 1,000 will be paid, even if you assume, you'll be paid with 7%. I'm assuming I was not told. Even if the SACCO is the best, and it pays you 20%, what is 20% of that 1,000? 6,000. And everybody here is a place where people take chicken. How many cocks are there? How many cocks? Did you even have your cock this time? A farmer down here is more richer than myself because those are 4 cocks. 6,000 cocks. It's 4 cocks. And I can get chicken because I'm a poultry farmer. It takes only 6 months to do. So if you do your KJ very well in January, that is the small cocks. By June, if I have about 500 of them, and I'm selling at 1,500, I'll be more richer than someone who is an investor in WEVARSITY SACCO for more than 15 years. You know, I don't know whether you understand the psychology of generation of money. By the way, if God could have actually could have set an education for people to go and learn how to produce children, we would not be able to do that. But because there's nobody who knows how to learn how to produce children, that is why everybody has a lot of children. Actually, the world has over 5 billion people. And because our professors who are good and other doctors in gynecology, they always tell me the only thing we can do is to harvest the eggs from both of them. Then we incubate them and we reproduce an embryo. Then we plant it now where we plant it. But how will they get attached to the walls, the uterus walls? That is the work of God. We will not do. And that is why I'm telling you, if you want to understand why the universe is full of people, in Genesis chapter 1, you are told that we are supposed to be fruitful and fill the earth and subdue it and take dominion. And you are placed on top of everything. That is why the problem is. Because a man knows how to produce children. Not because we know how we do it, but because of we are having pressure. But when the problem now, when the child now comes to this universe, atokezea mwanaume hata kitu anangoja mtoto akisema baraka ya Bwana the earth will multiply as substance. That is why when I'm talking to you, I actually wonder whether this age of people, do you have some people who are in this circle and they are giving back and they are more than 45 years of age? Because once you give back, when you are beyond the 45 years, you need also to ask yourself, so who is going to take care of the children? No, I'm just talking. Because a man who is intelligent, or a man who is good in planning, will not produce children beyond age 40. When you get married at 32, which means that you have already set the base. So you are doing about 3 or 4 jobs in a day. When you are employed here, in the evening, the SACCO is supposed to give you some loan. You're supposed to be making mandazi in town. You're supposed to be selling tea. You're supposed to be selling chicken. You're supposed to be selling vegetables in this town using the loans that you have been given. Because you understand that the journey that is ahead of you is the obligations that are ahead of you are much more than when you are working. You cannot marry and continue living the same. I'm teaching the language of money, and you never be taught in any university. That when you get married, marriage in itself is not an avenue where we enjoy love. Because even people who don't have money do not enjoy love. There's no romance in marriage. Marriage is an avenue where we join hands, me and my wife, and we exercise the responsibility. Mtoto akitoka pale ni ujue mashine zimeanza kumwandama. If you are borrowing money when you are not when you didn't have children, then when children come and they are more obligations, they even eat more than ourselves. What is going on? And your wife, and you are living in a rented unit in this house, and you continue sitting down there in a rented unit as if you are going to convert that rented unit to become your property. So you continue now producing. Now the wife tells you, you are staying now in a one bedroom. Now that you have now children and you must have and now a husband. So we need now to move now to a two bedroom. So now again an obligation now rises. That is why I say, and I always tell them, if you get to this kind of a stage and you find that you've got only 30,000 in the share capital and less than 5 billion in the SACCO, less than 5 billion in the SACCO, then if you don't do anything very drastic to give a turnaround in your life, then your retirement is actually looking at you and it is not doing anyone anything. Because when one is young, you have got a lot of energy to do 2, 3, 4 jobs in a day. Like now, someone who is young, I can see there are a lot of young people here. It is actually a tragedy to wake up at 6 a.m. Because the best thing for a young man or woman to wake up is around 4 a.m. So at 4 a.m., you're able to do a lot of things within the compound where you come from. Because if you have your chicken, you're able to feed them. If you have got some vegetables, you're able to attend to them. If you have got some cows, you're able to leave your cows have been milked and the milk has been taken to the dairy or wherever they take the milk. If you have baked cakes or mandazi, you're able to do that. So that by the time now you are now going to the bathroom, your wife will call you very quickly from the bathroom to take tea. So you know you can go down to Masinapolio University. At the Masinapolio University, you come here to do what you asked to do, not what you want. You have the people who come here to do what they want, or you come here to do what you ask to do. So it means that a job is a temporary solution to a permanent problem. I don't know that people are getting it. I know you, maybe someone has never told you, and these are not my words. This is written down for that. A job is not a destiny. A job is a short-term solution to a long-term problem. And the question that I always ask people now, what is that long-term problem? Why do you go looking for a job? All of us here, we went to school. And some of us, because of the poverty, we grew with a lot of poverty. We are born of our mother to Papa, and it was so. She doesn't like to work. So wakati tulienda shule, ulikuwa unakula vitabu kama unakula vitabu tena. Then all of a sudden, after graduating from the A job is usually a life. When you get a job, you don't get a job and then you get settled. Because a job, I've never met or seen a rich employee. The highest paid CEO in Africa is a Kenyan. And I think we share that 6 million. In a month, not in a year. 26 million in a month. And those are the guys that I even know who are in that email. I come to about 62 students in the SACCO business school. Guys who are earning between 13 million. They are consistent of the holders. Those are the guys who do more jobs than the people who are earning less than 500,000. Actually, the people who are earning less than 100,000 don't do it anymore. People who earn microscopic figures. Now you put on a perfect as in what you make up. Alafu anaona mpaka saa moja asubuhi. Amekatika bracket kabisa. Huyo mtu mpaka anaranga mpaka saa 3. Mpaka hata kabla hata aletewe chakula kwenda gani amelala kwa sababu na ni mtu ako na mshahara wa 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. Huyo mtu hana shida yote. Shida ile ni kwamba aliingia matatu akafikiria vipi. The person did not know why they were looking for a job. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, out of my interaction with the people, let me tell you, I worked in 4 different companies. And all of them were operating companies, the one to talk. The only local company I worked for was the NAPCOM there, and I was the chief accountant. And I became the chief accountant of NAPCOM when I was 20 years ago. 20 years. And after the time, by the time I retired from my employment at 32, I was starting 33. I was the supply chain and operations manager of WEVARSITY media, Navy producer. And I was having a salary of 435,000 in a month. That's the two. My firstborn daughter was only 6 months old when I left the employment. And when I left the employment after working within a short duration of time for about 8.5 years, was because I met some people from Kiambu. Then you are calling them Kiambu Martins. Guys who are deadly. One of them was Jenga Karume. And Jenga Karume told me, young man, the only difference between you and me is that you are very eloquent and fluent in English. So you can speak a lot. And I myself, I may not be able to speak. You can be able to lead jargons, and I cannot be able to lead jargons. But when it comes to purchasing power, I can pay your salary 10 times for you to work for me when I'm sick. Now they asked me, so young man, why did you go looking for a job? And I told him because of money. Then he told me you cannot get money in employment. So I asked him, so how else can you get money? He told me by the capital producer. And you employ people who have gone to school to work for you. But if you have got nothing you produce, and there is nothing you commercialize, then forget about it. I don't know whether in the Western region or wherever you come from, I don't know whether you notice that people, even if you work for how many years, money has never been enough. Do you know there are some people who have got very little money in the university? I don't know. They are actually very minimum in university. Having worked for 20 years, they have got less than 1 million. Having worked for 20 years, mtu ambaye amesoma kutoka kindergarten akamaliza mpaka high school. Umezaa mtoto unafanya kazi kaenda mpaka university na uko na less than 1 million. Na hao watu wanapata mshahara ambaye inakujenga ndani. Haina uangalie pesa ndio. Negative. Na ukiuliza hiyo mtu anakuuliza, so what should I do? Now I want to take a government many others who are people about there who actually repositioned my thinking. And I left employment, not because I had a lot of money, because I didn't have it. I only had a house to live in, a personal car, a wife, and my passport. I didn't have anything else. Check the promise told me, you don't need money to start off. You only need a mentor branding to start off. Mentor branding. You only need to remove that aspect of thinking that you can be paid and start thinking how you can generate and pay. Changing that you can only be paid and start thinking how you can generate and start paying. And that is the only problem. That's the only difference. That is why out of my lesson I will be able to teach you today. To understand that people who are financially well to have in your life. And why? Because there are thousands and thousands of university graduates who are looking for work, and there is nobody to employ them. Do you know why they don't have a job to employ them? Do you know why they don't have jobs? Do you know why they don't have jobs? I've been to the Asian continent. I've been to the European continent. And what surprised me is that the people down there, there is no state you ever go. Go to China, go to Japan, go to Singapore. There is no one single home that doesn't produce anything. Whether it is jeans, whether it is toothpicks, whether it is these bottles, whether it is a fashion, whether it is whatever kind, whether it is cars, people there produce. And out of production, they actually seek the university graduates who are graduating to go and support their products in production. In Kenya, where there are no jobs, it's because the government cannot create a job. And people look at government. Government cannot create a job. Actually, government are creating jobs. In Kenya, this is the most surprising. Instead of giving tax incentives to the producers who are producing here locally, those who are producing here, they are actually getting demotivated because of the tax rates, and they are going to Kagame. Kagame, Rwanda government is giving them tax incentives to go and produce at a very low tax tariffs and employ Rwandese. Kenyans, you are doing the opposite. You know why? Kenyans are more consumers. We are exploiters. We do not understand how money is generated. That's why our people, like now here you have got the very senior people in the government, people who go and get their jobs and they get settled. They will never remember how to create employment. Employment is created as a source. And because I do not have a lot of time and I can see there could be a lot of exchanges that is going on, I want to tell you that whatever I'm teaching you here is anchored in the Bible. Proverbs 13:22, the Bible says, a wise man will leave great inheritance to their great grandchildren. Number two, well alive like a tortoise, but it runs away like a gazelle. So now, when we are eating, it's good to read this Proverbs 13:11. That for you to become wealthy, as I was told by Jacob, I don't have a lot of time I can tell you about him. And I tell you how I got incarnate. I struggled when I read the word. But through the counseling of those people, and I'll be giving you some of the nuggets here of wisdom. Through the wisdom of those men, I was able to stick to it, and eventually I got rebranded and started generating money. That's what I'm telling you, with my chicken, I can be able to pay some people's salary here. With my milk production, I can be able to pay some people. Some of us are quite a number. With the milk, I didn't know that unaweza kutengeneza maziwa huko na kliniki. I wrote that they have been produced, and he got me a copy of maziwa. Sio mtu. Unajua mtu akafikia ule mwanaume anakaa kama maziwa, hata niko na nguruwe kwa nguruwe niko nazo. Na ukinikaribia huwezi kusikia niko kwa nguruwe. And all that came in because the birds of a feather, they flock together. If you want to change the way you think, and I'll be giving you a slide there. If you want to change the way you think, change the people that walk around. In physics, because if you want to change the effect, change the cause. If you want to change the effect, you understand how money works. The best people who can teach you how money works, you are one of the good observers. Kuna mwanaume rafiki yangu ameanzisha biashara yake 13 years ago. Of course, I've been out here for more than 13 years ago. So I've been able to see the gentleman growing. And he started a company called Nice and Lovely. I don't know how many of us here knows about that Nice and Lovely. Yeah, he started from with a 5,000 who came to drum wiko kakutengeneza soni. Akaanzia pale. And he was a roader at the Wakulima market. Kazi yake ilikuwa watu wanatoka magunia kwa malori mizigo kwa kupeleka mahali kwingine. The guy thought of an idea. What if I produce a shampoo and I start hawking it in the salons? Hawking. Salons, the gentleman bred an ideology from that concept. Ya kuiko na drug. Na kwa na dawa kuchukua hizo machupa za maji. Anaweka hiyo shampoo. The guy built that company with the motivation, with the mentorship, with education here and there. 13 years down the line, ameuza hiyo kampuni yake 60% stake to Dakar, which is Royal East Africa, the French company. Ameuza 3.6 billion. 13 13 years. I don't know if you of us here have worked for more than 13 years. And when I look at that man, because he's my good friend, he is my client. I brought him his son for business school within the SAP. We've got a program they call Small Enterprise Development Programs and also Owner Manager Programs. I've seen him growing. That gentleman, when I'm interacting with him, I'm more knowledgeable than him. And definitely by extension, if you work for more than 10 years, and the share capital is 3,000, and you have got less than 5 million in the SACCO, for 10 years, 5 million. I mean, 5 million in 20 years is in type of money. Actually, that's important to me as a but then, for you to be able to be eating well, because and you know, some of us will not even get to that. When people are dying prematurely, because once you now get sick at 45, and you are getting sick because of depression, 1 out of every 2 men you see walking around here. Okay, 1 out of every 2 men, 1 must be mentally impaired. And that mental impairment is not a disease, it's psychological conditions that are incorporated. And more still to men, not women. We talk about men. Men are the ones who suffer from financial distress more than women. And if you want to understand this, go to the village where you come and look at the men who are there. Men who work, especially girls, the one who works until they retire. Once they retire, 3 years will be a lot of period for them to live. And even if they live for more than 3 years, they are not living because they are alive. They exist in human being waiting to be valued. But a woman will retire, and when the husband dies, that woman will stay for more than 30 years. And when the husband actually dies, the woman becomes more healthier, more beautiful. But when the man dies, when the woman dies, if your wife dies, the man, even before the casket goes down, the man will be buried next time. If you want to understand how the psychology of man works, a man is equivalent to the weight of their wallet. A man's life is actually equivalent or directly proportional to the size or shape or how much you've amassed in as far as God is concerned. A wealthy man is not a rich man. A wealthy man is a man who was able to amass platforms that can generate money on their behalf without their physical income. That's a wealthy man. So a wealthy man doesn't work for money. Did you listen to Bashakwa the other day? When he was making his case, and you happened to call MTV one day to actually say how much more he is. And I remember one point I want to share with you. He said, these guys are saying that I've got 3 dairy farms. I don't have 3 dairy farms, I've got only 2 dairy farms. 2 dairy farms. One in Mamunyo, where he's holding his meetings. Another one where the mother comes from investment. Where he comes from in Mamunyo, where he's holding his meetings, he's generating 1.5 million. Worth of milk per month. 1.5 million. Then where the mother comes from, he bought another 70 acres of land there. He's producing about 1.2 million in a month. So now 1.2 plus 1.5, that is 2.7 million. Worth of milk. And that is when you see him walking around, does he look like a cow? Doesn't look like a cow. Both the men and women, they do not work for money, no matter whatsoever. What is the poor people? Poor people borrow 1.5 million from WEVARSITY, or 2 million, or 3 million for that month. And I live in a guy from and you know when you're sleeping inside the house, you don't generate it. Or they say one who has generated any income when you're sleeping now. I know you tell me you are saving you're not doing any saving. That is an implicit cost. It is not an explicit cost. So when you're sleeping in a house, at least you have got a roof over your head. But when you're driving yourself a car on borrowed road, you have actually done your grave. And you are walking inside your grave when you sleep. Because a car depreciates in value. By the time you finish the paying your loan, your car value will be actually depreciated to 0. And it will be having a lot of mechanical problems. So now you create another cost center in your life. So now even the money that you are not saving here will be going on to repair. Does a car consume water or it consumes fuel? So now instead of not buying You know who is Mike Zuckerberg? Mike Zuckerberg is the owner of Meta Group. Meta Group is the owner of Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram. This is another 7-year-old American who is the 6th richest billionaire in the universe. You work for him when you're seated here at the university. You always buy bundles from where? Where do you buy bundles from? Safaricom. Safaricom is the most expensive company you have in Kenya, in Africa, but it is the most profitable company in Africa. If you look at their cumulative average growth rates, their incomes are always rising. Who buys their bundles and they are from Safaricom? It is us. What are you selling on your phone calls? Asking someone, how are you doing? I was just calling to check on you. Instead of now calling your partners. So money generation goes with understanding the basics. And because my school circles are the ones that are patronize my information more than any other. That is why my school circles in Kenya, they are the best performing in Africa. What do you want people to understand? Wow, and one of the reasons why they have got a lot of money is because they are studious. They listen, and not only they do listen, they do whatever. With their free time. Actually, to start your job, you are always supposed to continue working here until you retire, serving the government in whatever capacity. But you must know that the government has no business with you. You also have your own entity to learn. And your entity starts with yourself, your wife, or your husband, and your children. And also, God has given you another obligation that might take some of us to have, leaving inheritance to our children. Unajua nimesikia kwa wengine wanamiaka watoto wao kwa sababu wao waliza mapema usaidie kulea hapo. You know those are things that are made us to have a very progressive culture of society. Because when you are assisting your dad to bring up his children, the question is, where was he when you said you were growing? And now that he is also tasked biblically to leave inheritance, so he give you this verse. Yeah, then he's supposed to leave inheritance to his great grandchildren. And now I'm assisting him now to bring up his children. So what happened to my children? That one actually is a word to their children. That is why and you get no struggle. But ourselves we start life by sucking. Nikipata job, kwanza nisaidie kufuta. Hata kuna wengine wanakuwa very generous, especially from this region of the world. India, Western. Hata unalipia kwa from India. Imported green. Zinawekwa kwa ndege, zinakuja na ndege 5,000. Wanakuwa maana kuuza kwa kuunga mtumani. Ukienda kwa Kenyatta, there's nobody here who doesn't know that Kenyatta family is one of the richest. I think they are the second richest in Kenya. Second richest after Vimarsha. And the two sons of Uhuru Kenyatta, whose grandfather was the founding father of this nation, whose immediate president is their dad, and their bank in the land largest bank in Kenya. And the insurance agency in London is the biggest in London. Insurance agency. Just to mention a few, not talk about their business. Those two sons, instead of now waking up to go and look for jobs, they are very busy in their farms producing cotton for export. And they are the highest suppliers of vegetables in that month, in the good month. And the Sharif analima nyuki, unajua nyuki? Analima hadi na mtoto wa maskini anakula mkate ya 600 grams per day. Akiwatch movie in the house. Bila kujua kwa nini mtoto wa maskini anakula mkate mkubwa hivi. Na hapo na pia hili kuliko sababu na sauti kwanza kuliko yangu. Kwa sababu hakuna kazi. Na sio kwamba hakuna kazi. Ni kwa sababu the son has never been brought up in an environment they don't. If a man, and I know nowadays men are struggling to become women, and there are a lot of hormones that are being injected on them to become women. Even there are women who want to become like men, and then they are trying all the hormones so that you cannot become like a man. Now since some men who are walking against in Nairobi, even they are kissing men, injecting with those hormones. Let me tell you, women are born women. I'm a father of daughters. And when I see my daughters growing up, the behavior that I see, the way they steal their mom's items to go in the wanajipondoa, a woman wants to be a woman, they don't struggle. That is how they want to created by God. Now, if you want to make money, and then you realize that you have been because that mobile phone has actually made Microsoft to be an ambassador program. You're always using that phone and it is Chinese. See, it's not your production. Unashika kwa simu kuficha watu kwa kuangalia TikTok. Now, another process, go and become a poultry farmer. Go and become a horticulture farmer. You don't have to do a lot of things because money generation starts by understanding how can I reproduce. Because you're not supposed to be eating the money that you generate. The way ahead, ole and head, and you don't eat the head, you eat the egg. Tomorrow the head will eat another egg. If you're also very disciplined and you don't eat the eggs, what will happen after the 1 days? The eggs will hatch, they will become chicks. You start reproducing. I don't know you are. Sasa hivi kwa kweli sana kwa nyumba. Nikukuja hadi kwa nyumba. carrying on with my 9 endeavors. Ukitaka kupika hawezi kununua rice. Ukitaka kupika pilau hawezi kununua bisra. Kila kinakuwa kile. Everybody who is here and is a caterer, akiamua kuja kupikia hakujaga kumwambia pesa. Kwanza anatuulizanga mko wangapi? Sio kweli? Unahitaji chakula kiasi gani? Unahitaji what kind of mixture? You need fruits, you need juice, you need the soda, you need water. In one plate of food, unataka pilau peke yake au unataka pilau, white, chapati, unataka kidogo. The component, once the caterer sits down there, they will tell you the value. If you are looking for a job and you didn't have right rules, then you're going to live swimming in the shallow end. And most of the time what is going to happen is that you will not even become a swimmer. You're going to drown in the shallow end. You know why? Because a job will not give you. How can you be eating your money in advance? You've also taken a lot of emergency loans from the SACCO. You've taken a lot of school fees from the SACCO. And that is telling you that you are actually on the red. Na mimi leo nikapewa hii podium niwaambie ukweli kwa sababu watu wale wanaongea kwa ukweli wakati mwingine they are very few. But those few people are the people who are needed in this universe. Because if I don't tell you that you are the red and I can't tell you, you're like, God is about to perform a miracle, I see God doing something in your life, God is going to grant 5,000 in the church, God is going to do something. They don't tell such as God doesn't bless nothing. God bless. That's why it takes 2 men to tango to produce a child. God produces nothing. God always uses you. If you are looking for a job, thinking that a job will give you money, then you are in for a rush. Because even the ones who have got a lot of money are broke. Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever heard of people who say that the ones that get promoted have got a lot of money? Someone, I've ever had someone telling me I'm waiting for my promotion. Once I get promoted, I've got a lot of money. Let me tell you only need to consult the ones who are now where you want to go. They are trying out there. So if you choose a job, thinking that a job will make you rich, then let me tell you, you will not even go down to the deeper end. You are going to drown in the shallow end. That's what happens. So the conversation is, money is only a tool. And as we are getting those dreams, would you go and follow the ball? Drinking and put money is only a tool. It will take you wherever you wish to go, but it will never replace you as a driver. So who is my driver today? It is me. I am the driver of my life. It is not my employer. My employer has got nothing to do with me. I'm actually the one who gathered my papers. We gathered carry, and I went because I was given the opportunity to go into the interview. I presented myself. When I won and I was given the job, where were the papers taken? In my personal file. Let me tell you, money is not a tool. It is not a driver. A job cannot make you rich. What is going to make you rich is when you start asking yourself, do I have got a purpose in life? Hii mwaka ilisha hapo ilisha ya 2024. Na gari yako ya pesa ilikuwa ngapi? Ulikuwa unapaswa kusema pesa ngapi? Mimi nimejenga kinyumba kidogo. Na wakati na miaka architect anichorea nyumba. Architect ananiuliza maswali, alafu ananichorea nyumba. Akinichorea hiyo nyumba, ananiambia hii michoro unaona vile iko beautiful. Hii haiwezi, is not communicating. You need to go to contract now services of a surveyor ama structural engineer. Ili akubrevie down akupatie BOQ. It is on the BOQ, bill of quantities, that you go to the SACCO, because I don't borrow money from the bank myself. I'm a member of the SACCO. And that is the SACCO. And they give me a lot of money. SACCO inakupatia loan kubwa sana na inakuchaji very minimally na mwisho wa mwaka inakupatia mapato. Unaenda kwa banka, road iko na road service zaidi. Na hiyo road nimepewa na 50%. Na hiyo road ya miaka 8 years. 50%. Niko na bank. ya 8 years na mwisho wa mwaka na yako na interest ndio. Lakini ya 24% hakuna mahali na itakuwa mbele. Nani sasa yuko mkutano wa masomo kama hii anapewa mpaka soda. Na anapewa mpaka mandazi na baba. Nani niambie kwa mkutano ni wapi? That's why I operate for SACCO. And I tell people, SACCO will charge you at a very affordable rate. And their products are very accessible and they are even very friendly when they are giving you that loan. Right the bank today. The bank are explainers and they will not give you anything. Now, one of the reasons why I brought the issue of the bank is because banks, you cannot go to borrow money. You go to borrow money from the SACCO and you have got no architectural design, structural design, bit of quantity of what to do. Are people listening to me? The ones who are making noise, so that not as if I am being started as nothing else. The conclusion is this, that the last year, 2024, na mosquito, unajua maombi kamili. Last year was year 2024. There are some of us here, not everybody, there are some of us here who say the bare minimum. The bare minimum meaning was the HR. The HR of finance. So, familia imekatwa na finance ndio ulisave yake kwa basi. And for that reason, maybe you have saved less than 100,000 in a year. For that reason, 2024, you saved less than less than 100,000. Now, I'm telling you this. Age, as I gave you the demographics here, age waits for no man. Last year you were younger than this year. Na mimi tena nimeshangaa sana kwa sababu nilikuwa kwa kanisa. Mimi nilikusha hii mwaka nilikuwa kwa kanisa. Na hii mwaka imetembea sana kwa sababu zaidi kwa pepo. I don't know if you are aware that we know. Days are running very fast. December this year you'll be very old. And the energy that you had last year will have evaporated. And I don't know whether you know that as we age and we get to have over 50 years now. 50 years. Once you hit 50 years, unazerekanga at an accelerated rate. And essentially, what you don't have. Wakati hauna pesa unazerekanga. And I will tell you that the many people who got their jobs and they didn't have responsibility or efforts, they were saving minimally because of what the HR or the finance deducted. And even could have been given an opportunity. Now listen to another scenario. If anyone here before I came could have been given an opportunity that the money will not be deducted as loss, they could have been brought to the SACCO. They could have been brought to the SACCO. So they are not here because they are actually here. They are not here because that they made a choice. They are here because they didn't have a choice. And their money is here. And I will telling you that anyone who goes for a Niko na mama pale alinisurprise sana last weekend, alinisurprise sana huyo mama. Huyo mama anachoma mahindi. Hey, excuse me. There can never be two meetings in one meeting. You are either in education or you are not. Unajua mimi nakuuza kazi. Kenya Police Control. Ndio iko na kama
na mtu mwingine anapiga makelele hata asema hata naona ninaye akinaye kwa maana huyo mama akiniita mkutano na mimi profesa ninaenda kwa sababu nikataa kujua kwa nini huyo mama anaenda kafua inavuta mafuta. Unajua PFD inavuta mafuta, sio katika kidogo. Na mtu mwingine hapo na kazi na anakuja hapa kwa usafi sana, na hata kufua premium, not a premium. 1800 is a problem. Money generation, we do not save the much that is deducted by the employer. We save as much. Hata huko wamepata another place kwa sababu he is very busy campaigning for Baba to get PUC. And you know Baba is only one man. Now he is not seeking quality. To now come and fill the void that Mount Kenya is leaving. Wewe umeketi hapa unafuata kwa siku kila siku. Na mwezi wa kwanza umeinama. Mwezi wa kwanza umeinama. Other than saying how the government is taxing people, and it is not taxed. I can tell you as an economist, life in Kenya is about to become hard. It's not even hard. There are no indicators that are showing you that we are improving. Because if you are getting employment, if you are getting universities, even where you got the funding model is a problem. They are not elected as dons, professors. We are on the street to us. So there is nothing that is working. You are sitting here, you are following him. And he is incubating or hatching or 5,000 chicks in a day. Sahi anatengeneza marafiki wa kisiasa. Gachagua naye anafanya kazi hima. Anaunganisha watu wale ambao wanataka kutekeleza hiyo angusho huyo mwingine. Na huyo mwingine anataka kushikilia. Gachagua naye anasaidia nyingine. We are now left, we are in between now watching where we would have the where we are. And these guys are eating very comfortably. And Baba is also eating very comfortably. I am praying for him that he gets that thing. But if yourself was you are saying the bare minimum, 2,000, 3,000. Huyo mama alishangaza sana. Huyo hata ni mmoja, niko na kikundi ya wakoka ambaye ameikimbiki na baseball hiyo. Mimi asijai kuuza kwa karasi ambaye watu wanapiga magereka. Huku ni watu wanakaa hivi. Ama ni masaa hizi sasa. Hawa watu wanapiga makelele, sio wako na pesa mingi kwa sasa. Unajua pesa itakapi kelele.
Wengine wote wao ilikuwa kuna mtu ambaye anapiga paketi hapo na mshahara kwa anaweza kalipa walimu wawili ama watatu wa mwezi huu. Kwa IT na nimetembea na ile kwa ama hata wewe ndio kule ya Lagos utapata mwalimu wako na milioni 10 kwa sasa. So when I'm talking to you kindly, the SACCO is paying me. You need to know that. I've come here and I've paid. I'm at work. And I'm believing with all my energy, and you're seated here, and I'm not going to walk back and walk on the television. Where does the apple kusikiza na kuteka notes? Sasa hata nimesahau vile nilikuwa nataka. I cannot forget. I don't know people kindly minimize the movement and pay attention. Yeah. Now, I was telling you there are some Mambogas people now in Namoja by the way. And I have been able to incubate these mamas to understand the power of savings. That I started with them when they were saving 200, 500 shillings per day. 200, 500 shillings per day. Currently, when you go to mama, Hakuna mama and I say less than 3,000 shillings per day. Now, when I see some of these things, and I also teach in universities. You are not the first time. I teach all the universities of SACCOs. And the best performing university-based SACCO in Kenya today is called the university. The university is Kenyatta University SACCO. And that Kenyatta University SACCO, one of the reasons why it is big is because they have got a very big MSME department. MSME. You can write Kawaskari, for example, they have got a lot of business community whom they have opened the common board, so they are patronizing the SACCO board. Otherwise, the people who are in the university, they don't save money, and some of them they actually even mortgage their life. Their principals got very little. That is right. And that is what I'm telling you. When I'm talking to them, they listen. You know, and you are the people who are supposed to be more keen than the rich men and women. Asking me questions, and now, there are some people who are organizing themselves. Maybe with a lot of questions to ask me. By the time I finish my lessons, I usually have answered all the questions that people want to ask. Because your SACCO is as rich as you are. Ukitaka kujua SACCO tajiri nani? Ndivyo sikuambia. A SACCO is never rich. A SACCO is as good as the owners. And SACCOs are member-owned, member-controlled, and member-used. You are the owners of WEVARSITY. The directors who you see seated here, they are members of WEVARSITY, and you are the same people who are the customers of WEVARSITY. So if you come to the SACCO, they cannot grow from the other end. One of the reasons why Chairman Lord alikuja akanika kwa hisa kweli ni kwa sababu tunasikia kisema kitu hiki. Alienda kwa SACCO huko wakaenda kuangalia vile SACCO hiyo inaendelea. Wakaamua mwanaume kuwasaidia kufanya hiyo SACCO yao nini. Na akaniita kakuja huko. Ndio nilikuja. Alinitoa huko. Hiyo SACCO na wauliza wako hapa. Walimu wa primary, the minimum share capital in that SACCO is $500,000. I would really wish that anyone of us here would come to do it. Mwende mwangalie the economic condition. Na walimu wanauza mbuzi, wanaweka share capital $500,000. Na watu wa WEVARSITY wako na data na uniambie nao tofauti started and how people are fighting. They will tell you how wars. But wakati kuna ajali ya kuuliza kwa ajali. Nunua ajali kama they make a lot of noise. Anyway, an African man, the only thing that they like more is eating and let me use the word that we use in economics. An African man is more of a consumer than a producer. So we are actually so obsessed with the consumerism that even we eat what is not ours. That you can borrow money to buy a seed. You can borrow money to buy a bed. You can borrow money to buy a car. What is you know that will not cash to generate capability? But what say? Other people must head out here. He know your class here, there you go. Head up the water to go around. They are eating, and you can see I don't think that they're eating bread, they're eating sausages, and they're eating bacon. These guys they know Kenya, they even know Masai Mara more than ourselves. There are some people who are here, and they are more than 40 years old. They are not in Masai Mara. And Masai Mara is bread. Can you imagine? I don't know that I'm talking to someone here. And the way I'm telling you this is for you to understand that they what they did for them not to be where they are. These are people, by the time they turn 40, they are not giving back. These are people who gave back idea. These are people who are not in their SACCO, by the way. He's a very good. He got a junior account. He got a junior account in that way. He didn't go out. He didn't go junior account. Junior saving account. By the way, junior saving account in the I don't want you to source yourself and ask yourself, how much money do you put there at the end of the month? And you ask yourself that question in addition to the school that your child, to the school that you want your child to go. You will be paying 20,000 per term, and 20,000 is for the family. It's different. So that's the watoto wakidagana wanaingia kwa mwaka 400,000 baada. Watoto wakidagana. Ndio wanaipata hiyo pesa hapa Kenya. Sio bali hapa Kenya. Hata mbunge alikuwa wewe. Mbunge wewe ni kusema yuko hapo mbele. Huyu mzee anaweza tena Jiro. Huyo mzee watoto wako wote amesomeshea kwa hili. Kwanza alikuwa na watoto wengi sana. Alikuwa anawabeba na gari van anapeleka watoto wake shule, alikuwa anapata 6 million kwa saa. Watoto wa kulipa 6 million watu. Sasa mimi nakwambia yako ya 20,000 kwa saa. Mtoto wa kindergarten ni pesa ngapi unaweka kwa SACCO? So that wakati mtoto anaenda shule, hauwezi kuandika ati una apply, unaambia bwana msio right for BS3 nipeleke shule. From hii savings account yangu ya junior account. By the way, you have holiday account. How much money are you putting in the holiday account so that now you can go to Grand Royal Swiss over Christmas? Kwa sababu usikuwa live hapa na tuliamua tuchukue video. Si tunaenda kanisa. Si Genesis chapter 1 verse 28, the taking dominion is something there. Did God create Western Kenya region ama kwa Yuba kuzimu? Ikiwa tu tukaenda Mombasa na Masai Mara, tutaenda sio kwa Sikimtoka anaenda Paris. Sikimtoka anaenda mpaka Singapore ameenda kukimbia kwa Olympics. Unajua by the way Kimtoka is a brand ambassador of Total Energy. Globally, not in Kenya, that guy was given 600 million Kenya shillings as a one-off payment, and he received 16 million per month. Na huyo mwanaume hakuna mahali ulimwengu. Hata sijui kama kuna mtu ambaye ako famous in the world today more than Eric Kichogo. Sasa Mungu yuko anawafunza. Vizuri kusikiza kwa sababu Kichogo ameenda mpaka Harvard Business School. Amepatiana public address akiongea. Harvard School of Economics. Kichogo amesimama pale mbele. He is not a professor. I have not been there to address them. But Kichogo ameenda kwa address pale.
And his motto is, there is no man who is reading. There's no one who is reading. So as I'm teaching you, don't get so agitated when I'm challenging you. I'm challenging you because if you've not been challenged, an African man you must be able to press them for them to act. Then you must understand, if you have got no money in the holiday account, if your junior account has got no money, if the fixed deposit account has got no money, if your share capital has got no money, then retirement is waiting for you. And it will not be very friendly. It will actually not be very friendly. It will not be very kind. I've been a retiree, I've been in the village for more than 18 years now. And in 18 years that I've been in the village, doing my own small things, I've seen men and women who have really struggled and they died prematurely. But I've also seen men and women who are very rich. And they work with their hands. They may not be very fluent in English, and they're eloquent like myself. They may not be having a very big voice or higher voice like myself. But they are able to make money with the basics of understanding that world generation is not the amount of money that you earn, it is the amount of money that you put aside every day. Every day is the amount of money that you put aside every day. You are not defined by how much money you eat. You are defined by how much money you keep aside for a better world. And that tomorrow is for your goals. Because if you want to become a millionaire, to finance and fuel his life. Uhuru Kenyatta gave him about 45 billion for the hardship. The current one has given him, I don't want to tell you about the amount, but it's not way below 70. And I don't know if you know what is a billion. I don't know if they have ever put their brains or have ever tried to look around to look their brains towards the billion. If you are given a billion today and you decide to be consuming 60,000 per day, eating by yourself, and driving a good car and sleeping whatever kind of work, so long as you don't go beyond 60,000 per day, you are going to exploit it after 40 years, after 6 years, not 40. If you consume 1,000 per day, it will take you 92 years. Alafu mwanaume ataitwa mkutano mmoja kwa na ili kuleta temperature za juu. Unajua tunasema Baba's political enigmatism. Nobody else in Africa who have ever enjoyed what Baba enjoys. Because if like now today he says at 4 p.m. he goes to address parents. He's not comfortable with the way things are running. And especially if he happens to lose. I'm not a prophet of good. But I'm saying that I'm praying for him to win. If he happens to lose, then he says I want to come to Kenya at 4 p.m. from his captain officer. Na unakuambia mpaka international media stations watakuwa wamekamaza. Now Baba evidence is on that. When the people who are cheering, I tell you, I have no problem with Baba. By the way, last general election, I campaigned for Baba so much. And people in Australia, why I want to discuss. Why I want to discuss? Sahi kuangalia. Lakini sahi kila mmoja unataka kukutia zaidi. Hakuna mtu alikuwa. Sisi wote tukutia Baba. Kula zikamani. Tekani. But I don't hate Baba. But what I'm telling you is that I've been able to study Baba. And I know that Baba is enigmatic. Actually, there's a professor from Nigeria who did a book. Later, the political. He is the only man. And that man lives very well. And if you want Baba to go for your meeting, you pay his helicopter. And you will give him money. But Baba cannot give you anything. He only receives. And out of that, the gentleman is not eating. Look at his brother, Dr. Okul. What happened? Dr. Okul is pretty old. Baba is still okay. Baba is still okay because he has got money. Now the people who cheer Baba are the ones who are saving less than 10,000. And that's why I'm asking you, how will you look like when you will be 60 years? Baba is 80 years today. 80 years. Wewe miaka yako ya 60 utakuwa gani? Sasa hiyo 60. And you are already economically exhausted. Na unajua wakati mtu amezeeka lazima unakula mara tatu. Na sio kukula supu ya mboga. Unakunywa supu ya oxtail na bones. So you got supplemented the cash in your body. So you buy oxtail and bones and masako hakuna kitu. Na unajua by any chance if you lose your job and may God forbid I'm not a prophet of good, you will also be depleted because actually you'll be owing more money to the SACCO than you have. Because you have got more money for the SACCO than them. So there are some people here who have got money and they have been guaranteed. You are leveraging on guarantee. Now the other two times is not your money. Your money is only one time. The other money is other people's money. So in the event you lose your job today, your loans will actually eat up the little savings that you have. Then you are left now becoming an ability to be chased. Actually, they are going to go to auctioneers to keep the not chasing you are not here to recover the money. Because now you are guarantors. I'll be talking about the principle of guarantorship in a short way. But you cannot let your guarantors pay. For the ones who have borrowed money and they are not paying SACCO's money, they should know that they are actually abusing and exploiting people. There is nobody who should borrow money. And if you sit presently with your money in town, doing whatever you do with other people's money, ile pesa walikusaidia ukapata ya juu haikuwa gani. Na SACCO haikuwa ile pesa bado. SACCO has got no money. Ile pesa iko kwa SACCO inakuwa ya members. So wakati unaiba pesa ya SACCO unataka kulipa because you guarantee, because you have got guarantors. And even the ones That's why we tell people, do not guarantee people if you do not know their character very well. And that is why people are member of Muslim SACCO. We have assembled ourselves a team of 10 men. A team of 10 men. Muslim SACCO is for practicing accountants. So now, the ones who are not employed, because the ones who are employed, they are members of their respective SACCOs. So now in our SACCO, because we are who are working on there, we don't have any check-off. We save money. So myself, there is nobody who deducts my money to save. Maybe in Mina, but I can't pay anything for them from there. That's why you get to know other people are savers. In a way, in a two or one, you are not the same. You are not duress. You are not wash. Same thing as very painful. Same thing as like carrying pregnancy and giving birth. Talk to you what they will tell you. Carrying pregnancy and giving birth is not a work of the part. And that is why women find children so much because of the pain. So why if you are in a how dare you then you don't know the pain of saving. Saving is a catch. Now what I was telling you is that the conversation of us now here, seated. And you're looking at the first actions like Masibu, to the doctor of the Kumi, if one of my Nigeria, somebody to borrow 10 million today, I will not borrow 3 or 4 men. And in our SACCO, we guarantee ourselves online. So they only go to the members and they guarantee me their online. And they know that I will pay the money to the coin because tomorrow they are waiting for me to guarantee them. So we have got a team. We co-guarantee each other. You don't guarantee anyone because you are with them in the department. You don't guarantee someone because you are with them in the department. You guarantee someone because you know them and you know their character. And another thing. The other thing is that when people have guaranteed everybody, because I know all of us here by now, do you have got people who have guaranteed each other here? Do you have got some reporters who could have come to this meeting? That was actually tragic. If I was the chairman, I could consulted me. Those ones usually don't come. Because that is one of the qualifications. You cannot borrow money from the SACCO and you don't pay. Actually, you are agreed to every member. You are agreed to every member. If you don't pay more, go to the CEO, talk to the CEO with our secretariat, they will assist you by scheduling or restructuring your own process. The scheduling or restructuring your own process. There is nobody who should borrow money here and not pay money. Because you are actually eating into the profitability of this. Now they are all familiar with this. And every month we are now compliant, International Financial Reporting Standards number 9. We are providing for loans that are even performing 1%. The ones that are underwatch, the ones that have actually shielded now, second from now performing underwatch 5%. So within 1 month we provide 5%, 6%. Actually reducing the profitability of this sector. What about all the ones now who are not paying? All those debts and the correction costs, they are going now to eat into the money, the profitability. No wonder you people will be paid very minimal dividends. You know why? There are some people here who got money and they don't pay. And if you want to know why people got money and they don't pay, number 1 is because of the catch-up of consumers. Mambo ya kujenga manyumba unajenga kwa pesa ya kukopa, unajibeba na kaja kwa bodaboda na ya kukopa, unakaja soma za kukopa, unainua mguu juu na unaona unaangalia kwa mashindano. Na kwa mashindano hadi na kama unaona kwa mashindano kwa kwa nyumba, instead of baking mandazi ukauze, na unajua wewe pesa. Unakaa kwa TV unaambia bibi yako hiyo umetoka, hapo unakuta ile yote ilikuwa hapo. Instead of bringing more food. That is not what they use. So if there is anyone here, even before I call it, if there is anyone here who has borrowed money and they have not paid that money, then you are actually authorized to pay. Actually, you are not even supposed to be allowed to come to the education meeting. That is what that is supposed to do. Number 2, those of us who have not paid the loans, now who are guaranteed each other and the loans have not been paid, there is no way the SACCO can actually publish their names in the bill for the bank. Currently, SACCOs and banks are under regulations, under the act of the Data Protection Act. If today you give my number without asking me, today, nikupatia namba yako, alafu uchukue namba yako, tafuta yako, mtu amekopa na hiyo mtu alikuwa anaongea na sababu, umpatie. ikuwe malicious, nitakupea kwa pili. Kwa sababu you are not supposed to disclose my information. Under Banking Act, Kenya Banking Act, banks, if you go there and if my wife goes there, I will see details za account yangu. Alafu upatiane uambie my wife mzee yako alikuwa amekuja hapa akatoa 5,000. Na alikuwa amekuja na mtu hapa anakaa kama kuliko wewe. You'll be taken, you are liable for civil suit in a court of law. Which is also the same. You know, SACCO is now by you know is a SACCO regulated? Your SACCO is under regulations. If they happen to disclose anyone's information, however they have been, if they want now to seek a leave, is if you disclose their names here. And these are the people who are not paying. But if you want to know more, and you have guaranteed someone who is not paying, I believe that the ones who are guaranteed before they are given notices. Do you notify people that so and so is not paying and you guarantee them? That is disclosure enough. The ones who are guaranteed. But the SACCO also, they are putting all mechanisms in place, including, I want people to hear, including debt collection. And the collectors are paying money, so your money is still getting eaten. Either way, you are losing money. No wonder I'm telling you, usikope pesa kwa hii SACCO. Kopa pesa kwa hii SACCO ukaweke. Huku zilitaka mayai, uza ulipe lote. Enda ununue ng'ombe ukikamua maziwa, uuze. Enda ununue plot, na hii pesa ulikopa miaka mitatu plot yako itakuwa imeappreciate value. Sell the plot, come and put your money in the share capital. Don't ask me how you're going to put money in the share capital. Actually, putting 20 million in the share capital is very easy for some of us to go here. How many plots do you have? That's what you have. Kwa sababu kutoka wazilisha, tulikuwa tununua plot katika ndugu. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are living where your dad gave you land, then you're not like Abraham. Abraham was told by God, go until where I will show you. I've never seen any man or woman. I've never seen any man or woman who is blessed in their father's house. Actually, that is even why you must be having a lot of problem with your siblings. Move out, go and buy your land. And it is not a must for you to live in Kakamega if you are born in Kakamega. You can even go to your daughters. You can even go to Kiambu, where I say there are a lot of prayers. You don't have to. You can even live in the who says that you are born here and you are going to die here? And you are working in the university. That is number one. Number two, you are a member of WEVARSITY. So what is the difference between you and the ones who don't work there? Challenging someone. I'm scoring very well. I'm scoring. You know why? Because if I don't tell you the truth, then what have you been working for? How would I brought come and be here for that? Because how many people will know about what they come and come here that over again? Unajua wakikuyu tunapenda mashamba. Na mashamba kupenda sio vibaya. Kama ungekuwa umenunua hata pale Kisumu plot bei, na zinauza hata Mwasuni inauza plot mpaka huko. Enda ununue moja hapa pete. Land appreciated value. After 3 years, you pay through the nose. You pay through the nose to the SACCO here. After 3 years, go and start the same product you had bought at 500,000. You're going to get 2 million. Take 1.5, take a half a million, buy another one. Take half a million, buy another one. 1.5 million. We shall not at December this year, when they will be declaring dividends, you'll be having a lot of money. Are you feeling that your SACCO will go down? Let me tell you, your SACCO is under regulations. Currently, in as far as I know. You know, I don't know the history of your SACCO. I know currently that your SACCO is under regulations. And the SACCO Society Regulatory Authority is actually putting a microscope. So if you are sitting there thinking that the SACCO will go down, the person who will go down is yourself. Because now the institutional capital that they are gathering there, in the event the SACCO might go down in the future, in the event, I'm not saying they go down, the share capital, the institutional capital that the SACCO is forcing them to instill and keep in the account will be able to pay everything they are going here. So maybe it's member of SACCO. Now maybe it's 20% for bank. And why I don't do that is because I got to realize that people are paying a lot of money. Many investors are not the highest saver in the SACCO. Like if I niko na moja rafiki yangu hapo na 185 million. Na share capital yake ni 100 million. Na SACCO yao ilikuwa dividends last weekend at 20%. What is 20% of 100 million? 20 million. I'm telling you, even if you have whatever kind of rental unit here, and mind you, the 85 million extra, you'll be paid at 60% interest on deposit. There is no investment in Kenya today, even if it is our bank, even if it is a school, even if it is a rental unit, that can give you 20 million in return without fund. But the professor come out, I was our professor say, no, that's what you are a professor. Professor anapaswa kuwa anakaa hapa anafanya research na supervise all of this year za PhDs na anafanya publications, pesa ikiwa kufanyia kazi. Unapigiwa simu unaambiwa check your account. You are currently investing ROI for last year with 35 million. 35 million. With 35 million, otherwise you go on.